I'm John Smith. I'm here for an interview with a Miss Moore.
Yes, that's me. But please, call me by my first name, Lessus. I've been expecting you. Won't you come out back with me?
So, Lessus, what kind of experience have you had in government work?
It's been 5 years since I've been a secretary for the Royal Navy. Recently, I've been working for a green firm, Waldman Enterprises, but I'm still perfectly cleared for top secret activity.
Are you aware of the requirements for the position we're offering?
Indeed I am. As you can see in my portfolio, I am well qualified for this position, and I am willing to forego any freedoms necessary for this job.
This is all very impressive.
Just a moment, please. No, he hasn't gone yet, but I believe he has taken the bait.
Then it looks like we have MI7 in our clutches already.
Yes, I will speak to you later. Sorry about that. Well, Mr. Smith, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, thank you. I'm quite satisfied. We will be in contact shortly, I'm sure.
Well, thank you for coming to interview me. I hope it wasn't too inconvenient.
No, of course not. It's standard protocol in our organization that we do it this way. Well, bye now. Put me online with Philip Krieg.
All in. Two pairs. Royal flush. Looks like I've beaten you.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Krieg.
Mr. West, I didn't think you'd be such a sore loser.
Enough playing dumb. I know you're here to shut down my drug operation. Get up. You're coming with me. Now, you can answer it, but no funny business.
It's for you. Sorry about that, 17. I was almost disconnected. I had to take care of the problem.
Philip, get back to headquarters right away. I have a new assignment for you.
Can't be said I'm an early bird. It's 10 o'clock before I say a word. Baby, I can never tell. How do you sleep so well? You keep telling me to live right, to go to bed before the daylight, but then you wake up for the sunrise. You know you don't gotta pretend. Baby, now and then, don't you just wanna wake up dark as a lake, smelling like a bonfire, lost in a haze. If you're drunk on life, babe, I think it's great. But while in this world, I think I'll take my whiskey and you. My coffee black and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I aim low, I aim true, and the ground's where I go. I work late where I'm free from the phone, and the job gets done, but you worry some. I know, but who wants to live forever, babe? You treat your mouth as if it's heaven's gate. The rest of you like you're the TSA. I wish I could go along. Babe, don't get me wrong, you know you're bright as the morning, soft as the rain, pretty as a vine, sweet as a grape. If you can sit in a barrel, maybe
contact with her recently, but we have been tracking her. In fact, Station Y reported her location to us this morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Philip.
Hello, Agent 07. Thank you for finally arriving.
I noticed Miss Pennypacker was not at our post this morning.
Yes, Agent 07. In fact, that's part of what we wanted to talk with you about. You see, Miss Pennypacker has been promoted.
Miss Pennypacker? Promoted? You must be mistaken.
It was my idea.
Oh, sorry, sir.
I've decided to capitalize on her ties with the CIA by removing her from her secretarial duties. She now has a new office on the second floor, where she'll deal with CIA relations and field agent communications.
I must say, I'm surprised that she had it in her.
You'd also be surprised to find how difficult it's been to get a replacement for her as my personal secretary. Standard protocol requires that I interview each applicant separately at their home or place of business, and I've been running all over England mainly to find that each applicant is not qualified for this level of top secret work. MI7's existence isn't even known in the outside world like MI6 and other lower branches of the Secret Service, so security is very important. That's why I was disturbed to hear someone talking about me during one of the interviews over the phone.
About you, sir?
It seems somebody knew who I was and that I was going to be there, at least enough to rouse my suspicion.
Who was it? Was it a qualified applicant?
Actually, yes, very. Her name is Les's Moore. I want you to investigate her.
Seems more like a job for a hiring committee.
Don't take it so lightly, 07. 17's personal secretary will have access to some of our government's most secret information. It's imperative that we find someone trustworthy.
I know Miss Pennypacker's shoes will be hard to fill, but can't you just skip over this less is more?
The decision has been made. You will go to meet Moore tomorrow morning.
No, wait just a sec.
Excuse me, 13, sir. I have some relevant documents I must show 07 in my office. May I request that you excuse us?
Granted.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sir, certainly there's something more worthwhile for me to do than a simple hiring.
Philip, we can't take any chances. If we look over this girl and hire someone else, whoever is against us might find a better way to get into our systems. We need to operate right now while we are tipped off that something's wrong.
I suppose you're right. So how do you propose I start the assignment?
I've already researched Les's Moore a little more. It seems she's recently gone to Barcelona and is staying at the Hotel Lujoso. I've arranged for us to take a similar trip.
Us, sir?
As she is training to become my personal secretary here, you will be investigating her former firm, Waldman Enterprises, and you'll need a segue to get your foot in the door. That's where I come in.
And when I'm inside Walton Enterprises, I'll find out what their interest is in us.
Precisely. And now, Agent 07, you better go get ready. Remember, we're just going on a trip to see the sights of Spain, so hide your gun well.
Of course, sir. Any sign of her yet?
No, but be patient, Philip. I know she's here. There she is. She's seen us.
wasn't expecting to find you here.
Yes, it is indeed a shock. I would like you to meet my friend, Mrs. Moore. Miss Moore, this is Mr.
The name is Krieg. Philip Krieg.
Pleased to meet you.
We have come to see the sights of Spain. I am currently on leave, and my friend here, poor chap, is unemployed.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Speaking of employment, have you considered me further for your secretarial position?
I certainly have. There is a letter waiting for you at home in the mail. We'd like to start training right away.
Thank you very much, sir.
While we're on the subject, has your former employer filled your role yet?
No, he's actually requested my help in finding a replacement.
Well, Mr. Krieg here is quite qualified. I wonder if you might suggest him.
Really, Mr. Krieg? I'm sure Mr. Waldman would enjoy meeting you.
I'd be delighted. Could you recommend me?
I happen to know that a home luncheon for him fell through next Thursday. I'm sure he'd like to meet you if you'd be available.
That would be wonderful.
I'll go get you his number.
Do you think she's suspicious?
No, I don't think so. Actually, I think we have her and the Waldman firm right where we want them. I'll let you on your own now, but make sure you keep in touch with Hedges.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, the stock market has been a little unstable recently.
I'm sorry to interrupt, gentlemen. Here's Mr. Waldman's card.
Thank you, Miss Moore.
I hope you both enjoy the rest of your stay. I'm checking out this morning, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we'll meet again.
I hope so as well. You seem like such a nice gentleman.
We'll be in touch. Actually, I think we have her and the Waldman firm right where we want them.
Come in, Agent 07.
Miss Pennypacker, I hear you were moved to another office.
I know, this is the biggest promotion I've had in years. You really have to see how I've redecorated sometime.
Indeed. Sometime very soon.
Oh, and 17 needs to talk with you. He's in such a hurry today.
Well, you better put him on.
Okay.
Agent 07, I'm just calling to inform you that Miss Moore arrived today to begin her training. We put her in a room with dummy documents and are keeping her under surveillance. Also, some information that might come in handy. It seems Mr. Waldman's own brother is involved in a natural gas company that competes directly with Waldman Enterprises' green energy adventures.
Thank you, sir. I'll keep you updated as things progress. I just arrived at Mr. Waldman's house.
Right. Also, be sure to tap into Mr. Waldman's systems to see if you can get anything from his surveillance cameras or phone conversations.
Yes, sir. Mr. Waldman, I presume? The name's Krieg. Philip Krieg.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Krieg. Come in. I'd like you to meet my wife, Hope.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Hope will be joining us for dinner. I don't want to discuss business. I just want to get to know you.
Of course. There will be plenty of time for business later.
Are you a sportsman, Mr. Krieg? Do you like to shoot rifle?
Heavens no. Haven't shot a gun in my life. I can't stand the things. How about you?
I've never needed to shoot a gun.
How about you, Mrs. Waldman? I don't suppose you ever go target shooting.
Never really, Mr. Krieg. Jake here says it's too...
That's quite enough, dear. Why don't you go get dinner?
There's no hurry, really.
No, I insist. I don't want our meal to get cold.
Well, if you say so. So, Mr. Waldman, I hear your brother is in a competing industry.
Ah, yes, Robert. We are very close. It is strange that our paths seem to be so different. Him in natural gas and me in green energy.
Does the competition ever get in the way of your friendship?
Of course not. Right now we're having big projects in Alaska. He's completing a new pipeline, and I've been putting windmills on the lower part of the mountains. We just stay out of each other's way.
But surely you compete in the marketplace.
That's true, and Robert does have the advantage. But I'm certain that things will be changing soon.
I'll have the food ready in a minute.
Hurry up, it shouldn't be taking this long. I'll raise it.
Jake, dear, I'm very tired. I think I'll be getting to bed.
Whatever you say, dear. I'm trying to concentrate. It seems I have a lucky hand this evening. 4 of a kind.
Royal flush.
Well, it seems you are luckier than me. Would you like to continue in the living room? Excuse me. Hello?
Mr. Waldman, there's been a terrible accident at Windmill Construction Site A.
What happened?
A forest fire, sir. Several of the windmills were destroyed, but nobody understands what caused it.
It was Robert. Jackson, notify the crew to move up the bombing date. Make sure that pipeline doesn't get finished. In the meantime, I have some business to take care of.
Worried there might be someone in the tree?
It's much more common than you'd think.
Mr. Krieg, there's something I have to tell you.
Shouldn't you wait till your husband gets back?
He's not my husband. I'm nothing more than his mistress. My real name is Kate.
Why should I believe you?
Please, Mr. Krieg, look at my license.
Hope Escape. What does the S stand for?
Stop being so casual. This is a do or die situation.
What do you mean? Calm down, Hope.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my composure. Mr. Waldman knows something about your identity. He's trying to kill you. I overheard him talking about it earlier, but he's occupied. This could be your chance to get away.
Why are you telling me this?
I've been wanting to escape that man for so long, but something about you made me feel safe. That's why I'm coming with you.
Not together. We might be seen. Could you tell him you're going out somewhere?
Sometimes I go into the city. He never asks me many questions.
Head out of here. Get to the square and I'll meet you there. What do you drive?
A red Chevy HHR, but promise you won't abandon me.
I promise.
Good luck, Mr. Krieg, whoever you really are.
Well, well, well. Mr. Krieg, Agent 07 from the British Secret Service. My friend's been doing some research for me, and it seems you work for the agency I'm trying to take over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're right about a lot of things, Mr. Krieg. You were right about me and my brother competing. We're actually out of war. With you dead, less is more will give me all the information I need from your agency for me to win that war. Put on your coat. We're going for a little ride.
Your safety's on.
Guards to the garage immediately. Come out with your hands up. This whole area is being combed by my guards.
.42 isn't gonna like this.
What is with these exploding cars?
Hey, do you have a car nearby?
What are you talking about?
These men are trying to kill me. Do you have a car nearby?
What are you, a criminal?
If we don't get out here now, they're gonna kill both of us.
That's good enough for me. Let's get out of here. That's the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever had.
Surprisingly, me too.
Now that we're safe, do you mind telling me who you are?
Krieg, Philip Krieg, a police officer.
You must be some police officer. It sounded like the whole mafia was after you. Where are we going?
Could you take me to the edge of town using only back roads?
Sure thing, but it'll take a while. It might be dark by the time we get there.
By the way, I didn't catch your name.
Omni, Kathleen Omni. Pleased to meet you.
Someone's following us.
What do you mean? I don't see anything unusual.
Continue driving, but use a roundabout road. We'll see if they continue on our tail. Can you get us far enough away so he doesn't see where we go?
What do you mean?
It looks like we lost him. How far?
Just a couple minutes now.
You can wait here, Miss Omni. I have to make a call.
Okay.
Hello, International Imports.
Yes, business with our client has gone sour.
Do you know how large the operation is?
I'm not sure yet. I didn't have much time to chat with the client. And be careful of his secretary. She's been sent to steal some of our business ideas.
Of course. I've been keeping an eye on her and haven't seen anything suspicious yet. Give us your location. We'll have a car sent out to pick you up.
Yes, sir. I'll report into you right away. Well, thank you, Kathleen, for chauffeuring me around. But my precinct has arranged for me to be picked up.
Well, we'll have to do this again sometime.
You never know. I seem to get myself into these types of situations pretty frequently. Take care.
Are you sure you can handle this Mr. Creek? He is in Britain's highest branch of the Secret Service.
Don't worry about me, Mr. Waldman. Just tell me if you want him dead or alive.
Alive.
Just give me his files, and I will get you your agent.
Just a minute, Miss Les. You've said you've encountered 07 before. What was the situation?
Let's just say a shadow of the past is about to pay Mr. Krieg a little visit.
Agent 07, I'm going to prescribe to you some pills that should help you sleep. It's not unusual to be haunted by bad dreams of past missions. Believe me, even I have had some so.
I've had them before too, but it shouldn't bother me like this. This is my job.
Don't be too hard on yourself, 07. Remember those drugs that were introduced into your body by Alfred Lungner? The bad dreams you're having could just be a side effect of those drugs. I mean, side effects like that sometimes will last years. Just take the pills. They'll help you. No, they will. They'll help you.
Even when I'm awake, the dreams haunt me. They bring me back to the past.
You have to get beyond that, or they'll destroy you. Believe me, I know.
Have you ever wondered what life would be like on the outside world?
What do you mean?
Never mind. I'll take the pills. Thank you.
Agent 07, right on time. I just got online with 42.
Have those pills I've subscribed helped you with your nightmares, Agent 07?
Well, actually, yes. As much as can be expected.
Excellent. We all go through ruts like this, but it sounds like you're already pulling through. 42 has some new technology to speak with you about.
Replacements from the ones that you destroyed on your last mission. You know that costs money, and my department is only given a budget. A very small budget that is shrinking all the time.
It was just the unavoidable wear and tear.
I would hardly consider an exploded car wear and tear. Not to mention you lost your phone.
Well, what can I say? Things happen.
We've rebuilt the car. Just got all the former gadgets. I also replaced the cell phone that you lost and the iPod that you destroyed. Maybe they'll come back in one piece this time, including the new toy that I'm giving you, a laser watch and keychain. When you whistle, the keychain creates this piercing sound. It really hurts, and should stun anybody for about 5 to 10 seconds. But be sure to cover your own ears. Believe me. One of my assistants has not been happy with me after the last test.
Thank you, 42. We'll be in contact shortly.
Speaking of my last mission, have we decided how we're going to respond to Jake Waldman? We know he sent Les's Moore to infiltrate the Secret Service, and we know he's trying to blow up his brother's pipelines. I'm surprised we haven't decided how we're going to respond yet.
Patience, 07. This thing is still more complicated than we know. We can't make any waves until we know the full extent of it.
But 17, we're sitting ducks. Les's Moore is still working here, even though Waldman has definitely let her know that her cover's been blown. It's only a matter of time before somebody does something drastic. I think it should be us.
But has it occurred to you that there may be someone behind Waldman?
What do you mean?
Philip, I'd like you to take a look at some top-secret documents we got from the CIA. They've been investigating Waldman too due to the high amount of explosives he's been buying. Miss Pennypacker pulled some strings and got the document for us, but there was a video inside that was of particular interest. Take a look.
This is Agent Clank of the CIS, reporting from Circle City, Alaska. My surveys of the area revealed that several high-powered explosives have been placed along the pipeline being built by Robert Waldman. Apparently, they were placed there by agents of Jake Waldman, his brother. Now, looking at the financial records that we pulled from Jake Waldman, it is suggested, however, that Waldman Enterprises could not afford this amount of explosives on its own.
So somebody must be funding the project beyond him. The question is, why?
That's what we need to figure out before we take any major action against Waldman. So I'm pooling the entire resources of the Secret Service to look into Waldman Enterprises more thoroughly. I'll be going to Alaska to look at the pipeline. I have some expertise with those types of explosives, and I'll be taking a look at Waldman's offices when he's not around. In the meantime, I want you to go to Seattle where there have been reports of Waldman and his men. In particular, I want you to investigate a lead that we came up with last week. This woman was found dead in the woods surrounding Waldman's estate a few days ago. Her wallet had been emptied of everything except for this picture. We're investigating to see if she could have somehow been involved in funding the project.
No, 17. She wasn't.
Do you recognize her?
Hope Escape. She helped me get away from Waldman on my last mission, and I promised I wouldn't abandon her. Then I found her car on the side of the road, but she wasn't in it, and I haven't seen her since then.
Then it would seem this lead was fruitless. How would you describe her relationship to Waldman? Philip.
17. I was supposed to save this woman. Protecting civilians like her is the reason I'm in this business.
Philip, what's wrong? I don't think I've ever seen you like this.
It just seems, every time I try and contact the world outside our agency, everything I touch gets destroyed.
Philip, remember where the blame belongs, and remember what your duty is. I need you to investigate the site we discussed this evening.
Yes, sir. I will.
Get me Waldman. I know where Philip Krieg is going to be this afternoon.
Excellent, Lesses. Send me the address.
Good news, Mr. Waldman?
Philip Krieg should be eliminated by the end of the day.
I doubt that. I've encountered him before. Too many times. The funds are ready.
Give them to my guard. I need to get back to Alaska.
Well. Philip Krieg.
I had a feeling you'd be here.
It's time for this to end, Waldman. Whatever you're doing has come to a stop.
I think it's the other way around. Guard, it's really quite lucky that I'll get to kill you myself. I'll save some money that way. The assassin I was going to hire is still studying the documents Les Moore gave her.
Don't be so sure. I'm not going to put a fellow assassin out of work so easily.
Philip, you can't hide in there forever. This isn't over yet, Philip. The shadows of your past are coming to haunt you, and you can't kill them.
Can I help you?
Oh, hello. My name is John Smith. I'm an inspector looking for Mr. Waldman.
Mr. Waldman will be here soon. In the meantime, maybe I can help.
Certainly. And your name?
Ivana. Ivana kill you.
Pardon?
Make the next shipment as soon as possible. I don't want to hear excuses. If anyone gets in your way, make sure they don't live to tell the tale. Well, I know that knock anywhere. Won't you have a seat, Mr. Krieg?
I'd rather stand, Miss Monet. This should be brief.
Well, I had hoped it wouldn't have come to this. At least not so soon.
So you're aware you've been under investigation.
I usually am, like all the other times we've met. Good times, Mr. Krieg, and I do so enjoy being blackmailed by the Secret Service.
Your bank has held the money of my enemies, but you've never funded them before.
It's always hard for an underground bank to do business when it's forced to dispel its secrets. The clientele dwindles, so I've diversified. We both knew it would come to this. Really, it's you who put me in this position.
What? You mean funding murderers?
No, Mr. Krieg, I run a bank, and banks invest. And the money I put into Mr. Waldman's project was an investment, and originally my idea. Without any competition, Waldman Enterprises will flourish, and a portion of those profits will come back to me.
But that monopoly won't last forever.
That's where less is more, and the documents she's supplying from the Secret Service will come in.
What do you mean? She doesn't have access to any documents.
Nonetheless, she's been getting them, and Waldman will be using them to push out or blackmail any competitors.
Unless I put a stop to it.
But that's just it. You won't be able to do anything about it when you're dead.
This is your last deposit, Phil Krieg.
Can I get a receipt for that?
So this is how it ends, Philip Krieg.
You brought this upon yourself.
I never wanted it to go this far, but there are some businesses you can never get out of.
Get up and come with me. You're worth more to the Secret Service alive.
Well, 17. It's nice to finally meet you. Les Moore told me all about you.
So I guess it's safe to assume you're Jake Waldman.
The one and only. Oh, but you're in for a treat. My brother Robert also decided to come in for a visit. Ivana, bring him in.
Jake, what is going on? I demand an explanation of what your men have been doing on my pipeline.
First, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine, John Smith. Mr. Smith, meet my brother Robert, and I believe you already met Miss Killiu.
Get out of here while you can, Robert.
What are you talking about? Jake, I want answers.
What are you doing here?
So 13. I guess it was inevitable that it would end up like this.
How did you get in here? You have no clearance to be in here, and how did you get that gun?
It doesn't matter now. I have all the information I need. And soon I will be gone, and you will be dead in an apparent suicide.
What do you mean?
Sit down at your desk.
Mr. Smith is an enemy of mine. Would you like to see what happens to my enemies?
Look, Jake, I don't want any trouble. I just want to know what's been going on with the pipeline.
This is a mistake, Moore. We can make a negotiation.
What does a dead person want with negotiation?
Good question.
Ivana, please demonstrate to Robert how I handle my enemies. Ivana, take Robert for one final swim in the lake. I'm expecting company this evening and can't have this place a mess.
You still think you'll get away with this, don't you, Waldman?
You'll think so too when you see who my next guest is.
Alfred Waldman. The bad dreams you're having could just be a side effect of those drugs. I mean, side effects like that like that.
Something about you made me feel safe. Promise you won't abandon me.
I promise.
I've been trained for these situations.
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Krieg. These are chemicals we're using. As long as they remain in your system, you'll be a prisoner to me.
You'll never succeed, Luthner.
You mean I haven't already succeeded? Think about it, Philip. You're done. Your most trusted companions have abandoned you. It's over, Mr. Krieg. But now, you have a new cause to fight for.
17. I was supposed to save this woman. Protecting civilians like her is the reason I'm in this business.
You betrayed me. You all did.
You're here for our cause. You're not
This isn't over yet, Philip. The shadows of your past are coming to haunt you. You can't kill them.
Less.
You had to meddle with everything. I could have been rich.
When Black Abyss is shut down, you'll find yourself on trial with treason.
Like this will never stop.
Have you ever wondered what life would be like from the outside?
Just take the pills. They'll help you.
London is showbiz bar, but there are some businesses you can never get out of.
Good evening, Mr. Krieg. Sit down.
With whom do I have this unexpected pleasure at gunpoint?
An old friend, you might say.
More like a nightmare come true. I thought I killed you at the Black Abyss Development Center, Ruthless.
Shot me, but didn't kill me.
I guess everyone gets lucky sometimes. So I assume you've come to avenge your failed project.
Oh, quite the contrary. I'm simply under contract to have you escorted somewhere. Black Abyss is dead and gone. At least the operation is.
What do you mean by that?
It's been said that evil never dies, but in truth, it is memory that lives the longest and most pungently. I know your mind is filled with mysteries and mayhem you've never dared to explore.
You don't intimidate me.
No, and I never expected to. But doesn't it ever bother you, this difficult, thankless job you do? You saved the world from the Brokard Corporation, and what did you get? A week's leave?
That's not what it's about.
No? Well then, what is it about? It couldn't be the money, you make so little. Is it the women? Oh, really, Philip, if they don't betray you first, you know you can never be with them for longer than your 1 week leave. Trying to turn the tides, Mr. Krieg? I'm surprised you have so much fight left in you after all the enemy encounters you've had in your career. But I'm afraid you're trapped. Trapped by me, trapped by your government, trapped by your life.
Maybe there can be an escape.
Think about that for a moment. Think of Jerhovsky, a man who devoted his life to a taste for revenge against you. Think how many other people there are who would love to get you in their sights. All those with unfinished business. Like me, for instance. No, Philip, there is no escape. You're stuck in the Secret Service for as long as you breathe. And you know what they think of you. They're ready to place you into peril at a moment's notice. Send you to your death just like they did to Agent 09 and how many of your other friends? Tell me, Philip, do you ever consider betraying your country? You know, maybe starting up a secret intelligence nation like 09 did? Oh, wait, I almost forgot. You did betray them once. For Alfred Lugner. Oh, how could I forget? The Gone Rogue stamp is still on your file. Crossed out, but not forgotten. It will be remembered until you die. And then, like you, it will be forgotten. Forever. Besides, you have no life on the outside anyway. Your family's dead. You know, I wonder if you ever feel guilty leaving them for your life in the shadows. Oh, take him away. He won't put up a fight. My job here is done.
What about all those I've saved? What about all those that can go on living their lives because of me?
And what about all those you've killed? Or more importantly, all of those you failed to save?
For her, for them, I'm gonna stop whoever's behind this.
Why don't you just tell him that to his face? You'll be with him soon. Take him away. There truly is no escape.
Wake up.
Waldman? I figured you were the one behind this.
You know, Seven, this is really working out nicely. By now, Robert is sinking down to the bottom of some lake. You were delivered to me at a bargain rate, and 17 fell right into my hands.
17? How did you...
We knew who he was before he got here. Now we have you and him as bargaining chips in case Less is More doesn't get the final documents.
Then I guess you didn't hear about Less is More. She's dead. 13 notified me yesterday.
Well then, the price to get you back just went up.
What is this place?
A place haunted by the past, like your mind. But, if you mean where is it, it's part of my Canadian property.
Phil, there's a control building here. I can stop the bombs. They're about to be released on the pipeline soon. You take care of Waldman. Your left is gonna foot.
Yes, sir.
Hands up.
Why don't you just die? Why do you fight your fate?
For those I could not save. So how are you doing?
Philip, why did you ask me to meet you here?
Just for the company, I guess. Hey, listen. I have 2 plane tickets for Aruba. What do you say we just...
Mr. Krieg, I'm not interested.
So then, why did you come here?
Maybe just to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
Philip, this is the life you've chosen, but it's not for me.
But maybe I want to escape.
No, you don't. Philip, you saved my life. You saved a lot of lives, and I'm very grateful, but you've chosen this path. You're the man who comes out of the shadows when times are tough and disappears back into the mist. It's who you'll always be.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Yes, it does. I know who I am, but look at yourself. Do you really know who you are?
The past has made me who I am. How can I escape it? Should I even want to? The burden of my duty is the freedom of millions of others, and I do not belong in their world. And yet, I can't help but long for the life I helped to protect, even as I step back once more into the mists.